Greetings from Los Angeles. I hope this morning finds you well. It's a little chilly for a California guy. It's 48 degrees out right now at a little after 7 in the morning. It's about 9 degrees Celsius. I'm smoking my new Peterson Spigot Roundstone. I'm loving it. It's a great little pipe. I took it to Santa Barbara yesterday and it behaved magnificently. I stopped by a tobacco shop in Santa Barbara yesterday, and I'm going to have that in a later video. Today's video is a VR to the Happy-Go-Lucky Piper 150 sub giveaway. And he's asked us to do three things. To give a short pipe smoker ID, to discuss a miracle, an incidence of something miraculous in our lives, and to finish out with a shout out. So, let me get a cup of coffee to sustain me in this bone-chilling freeze. I know the people in the East Coast right now are probably laughing at me, but you gotta understand, we're really taking it on the chin with anything that gets below 50 in Los Angeles. Oh, and I'm smoking my Dunhill early in the morning pipe. Well, about me as a pipe smoker. I've been smoking a pipe since I was 16. I worked at a drugstore, saw the pipes. I think I became enamored, not so much with the pipes right away, but with the pipe tobacco. The pipe tobacco smelled so great. I worked on the counter for part of my time and worked as a stock boy for part of my time. And so, after a couple of months of thinking about it, I bought the tobacco, bought the pipe. I think that was it. I don't think I thought to buy pipe cleaners. I might have bought some pipe cleaners. Don't remember what type of pipe it was. It was a black pipe. I remember that. Might have been a Dr. Grabo. I was working in a pharmacy, so that would sort of make sense. Or maybe a Medico pipe. I think back on that. He sold me tobacco, and I'm not sure you could smoke legally in New York back in the 70s, or back in the, this had been the late 70s, mid 70s, 76. I was 16 in 76. Never thought about that. At any rate, maybe I said I was buying it for my father. That might have been it. At any rate, I bought it, brought it home, secreted it away, went out for my first smoke, which is pretty horrific. Tongue bite, the bowl got blazing hot. The thing must have been made out of titanium because it didn't burn through. Everything that you could possibly do wrong as a new pipe smoker, I did. Kind of the way I learn things is by just continually making a series of mistakes till I've eliminated all possibilities, and then you go from there to proficiency. All right, so that's how long I've been smoking a pipe. I generally smoke 2 to 3 pipes a day. I favor English over Cavendish, although when my neighbors are around, I favor Cavendish just to be a good neighbor, as they say. I live in the neighborhood of Los Feliz, which if you're Spanish, you pronounce Los Feliz, but being LA, you know how things are. It's Los Feliz. Now, it's named after a family. That's why the rather strange construction of Los Feliz. It's the name of the family. It's the proper name of the family. Maybe sometime I'll do a little bit on the Los Felices. It's a very interesting story. I live right adjacent to Griffith Park, which is a beautiful, beautiful park. The area of Griffith Park, the land area of Griffith Park, is larger than the municipality of San Francisco. It's a gorgeous park. It has a lot of history behind it. Unfortunately, I can't really smoke in the park. You can't smoke in any municipal park in Los Angeles. Some of my favorite blends are Father Dempsey, Squadron Commander, Frogmorton on the Town, for aromatics, John Aylesbury 40th edition. I love that. It's like candy. When I was up in Santa Barbara yesterday at the tobacconist, I got his own aromatic mixture to try. Maybe we'll do that. I took a lot of vid segments going up there. You know, the Thomas Fire around Santa Barbara is pretty significant. I'll be editing that and putting it together for a later video. One last bit of information about my Pope's Smiker. Pipe smoker ID is the reason why I probably got started smoking a pipe. I think the reason that I started smoking a pipe is because my father smoked a pipe. He died of cancer when I was 11. So at 16, the memory obviously was still pretty fresh. Maybe in some level it was a way of being around him. Although he smoked cherry blend, I remember that. And my first pipe was Captain Black. So, gold, I think. I don't know. Something to think about. Okay, on to something a little more abstract. Although my friends say I can make a parking spot abstract. So, sorry if it gets a little out there. As I get older, I indulge myself in digressions. The happy-go-lucky piper wanted me to talk about a miracle. Miracles. C.S. Lewis has written extensively on miracles. I'm not going to quote him, but I think I've been somewhat formed by his understanding of miracles, or influenced. I don't think I want to do a taxonomy of miracles, the different types of miracles. That's the way my mind typically works, and probably doesn't lend itself well to this type of a video. I'd like to talk about how important it is to see the miraculous. Not an intellectual understanding of a miracle or a set of criteria, but I think to have a truly fulfilling human life, we need to see miracles. We need to experience miracles. In Los Angeles, in the Latino community, there's a very deep pious belief in their Catholic Christianity. And quite often, they see things. They'll see an image of Our Lady of Guadalupe in a particular window or arrangement of an image in a piece of food or something like that. And I think a lot of people can be very harshly judgmental of that. But what I think is that how wonderful and how blessed it is to be able to see a miracle where someone else can't. I think miracles deliver hope. I think they give hope in a situation that quite often is hopeless. You don't see a lot of really successful, wealthy, powerful people talking a lot about miracles, unless they're wealthy, powerful, and successful because they talk about miracles. But that's another topic altogether. All right. A miracle I've experienced. Okay. I suppose it was when I was very young, probably 8 or 9. It was a very vivid memory. I remember looking in the bathroom mirror one morning, and I'm a religious guy. I'm Christian. I grew up that way. And realizing the wonder of my own consciousness. In other words, see if I can try to articulate this. The miracle of existence, the miracle of why this consciousness in this body now. Of all the possibilities that exist, why me now? Why am I here? What is this consciousness all about? Where did it come from? My faith would tell me that it is perpetual. It will go on into heaven if I'm being good, so on and so forth. I'm not quite sure it's quite that easy now, but just the miracle of existence for me. And I really apologize if it's lacking in your appreciation of miracle, but it had a profound influence on me. the idea of existence, the idea of consciousness, is incredibly profound, especially since I'm on the downhill part of the curve of life. At 58, you tell people that, you're in midlife. Who you shitting? Really? You're living to be 116. Mid takes on a whole new dimension. No, I'm not in my midlife. I'm past my midlife. And that's okay. The miracle is, it has nothing to do with where you are on the curve of life. It's where you are right now. Do you have peace? Do you love yourself? Do you love other people? Do you have a community? All those things. I think it's the miracle of that realization that I had at 8 that heavily influenced my life. I'm very grateful for it. And it did give me a great deal of hope. It made me, for the first time, understand a little bit about what it means to be a person. All right. Hope that didn't go on too long. Well, as far as a shout out, oh, wait a second. The sun's coming up. Just on the other side of those trees. Makes me think of a poem by Howard Moss. I know this is strictly not according to the protocol, but let me offer this poem by Howard Moss, one of my favorites. It's called Rules of Sleep. Maybe you can put a comment below about the poem, what you think the poem is saying. It's always fun. Anyway, it's the first poem I ever committed to memory, many years ago. In the sludge drawer of animals in arms, where legs entwined to keep the body warm, some cold seeps through. It is the future. Say, a square of stars in the window pane, suggesting the abstract and large, or a sudden shift in position that lets one body know the other's free to move an inch away, and then 1,000 miles. And after this, even intimacy is only another form of separation. I don't know, something about the sun coming up always inspires me to think about a poem. All right, I better get back to my VR or I'm going to get disqualified. My shout out this morning is to Swing Kid 100. So if you want to find him, it's Swing Kid 100, everything together. He has a remarkable sense of vintage style and storytelling in his vids, and a real sense of fun and adventure. And I absolutely enjoy spending time with this man. Really, really neat. So, Swing Kid 100, here's to you. And happy-go-lucky Piper, congratulations on now what's well over 100 subs. God bless you, my friend, and peace and happiness during your season of Hanukkah. And from a Christian, Merry Christmas.